Hi, today I thought I'd film a quick video about UV lamps versus LED lamps for gel nail polish curing. I've done previous videos on a gel nail polish starter kit and also showing some swatches of part of my gel nail polish collection and some of the colors that I have, and I thought this would be a good video to do because I get a lot of questions about UV versus LED in this group of nail polish lovers that I belong to, where everybody is into gel nail polish and uses gel nail polish. And new people who join the group always ask the question, should I get a UV light or should I get an LED light, and which one is better, which one is not, what are the differences, that sort of stuff. So I'm going to try to cover as much of that today as possible and give you a comparison. So I am going to start with the UV lamp or the UV light because that is the more common lamp and it's been around a lot longer. And then I'll go into the LED lamp next. Okay, so UV lamp stands for ultraviolet lamps. I've got my notes, so if I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. And these UV lamps are different from the UV lamps that are used in sunbeds where people use it for tanning. So, you know, if you're worried about getting cancer from these UV lamps or anything like that, just bear in mind that there are a lot of different types of UV light, and the UV light used in curing nail polish is different from the self-tanning sunbed type UV lamps. I don't know exactly what the differences are. You can look them up on the internet if you want. They start to get quite technical, and so I'm not technical enough to actually be able to explain the differences. So the UV lamps come in quite a few different wattages, but the most common one is a 9-watt one, which has one UV lamp bulb, and the 36-watt, which has 4 UV lamp bulbs. And the 9-watt one is just a small handheld one which takes up to about 5 minutes to cure, and the 36-watt one has 4 UV light bulbs in it, and it takes about 2 minutes to cure for each coat of nail polish. And obviously the higher the wattage, the faster that it will cure. The 9-watt handheld ones cost about $25 each, and they're really, when I first started with gel nail polish, that was the one I got, and I would not recommend it because it was horrible. It took forever to cure, it didn't cure the nail polish properly, and my nail polish started to peel off almost immediately after it cured, and I was done with it. And it just wasn't a good experience, and you can't actually cure your entire hand at one time. So you can cure like 4 fingers. You kind of put it under there, the lamp. I'm sorry, I don't have a lamp to show you because I'm not at home at the moment, but I just really wanted to film this. So you can kind of like stick 4 fingers under the lamp and cure 4 fingers, and then you have to kind of like really awkwardly stick your thumb in and cure your thumb. And it just takes absolutely forever because by the time you've applied your base coat, your 2 coats of color, and your top coat, and it taking anywhere from 5 minutes upwards to cure, you're looking at a good 30-40 minutes to cure just one hand. So that's not, I just really don't recommend it. The 36-watt ones are desk units, and they're slightly bigger, and if you want to see what one looks like, check out my gel starter kit video, I do show that in there. I just don't have my lamps with me at the moment. And you know, you can Google it. There are just tons and tons of pictures on the internet with these lamps on there, so you can see what they look like. And these are really, really good for the home user. And you can fit your whole hand in. It takes 2 minutes to cure each coat, and it does a fantastic job of curing. And normally what I do is I cure 2 minutes for each coat, for every coat that I'm using, and then at the last bit when I cure my top coat, I actually cure it twice just to make sure that I get a really, really good, you know, cure on it. So I actually cure my top coat for 4 minutes. And it also depends on the quality of your lamp, how well it works for you. The 36-watt lamps cost about $50, and prices can vary. So, you know, depending on whether you buy it from eBay or buy it from China, or whether you buy it from a reputable seller, prices can vary. The prices that I'm giving you are from the seller that I know very, very well here in Australia. She has fantastic service, fantastic product, and she sells her products at a really very reasonable price. And so a 36-watt 4-bulb UV lamp is about $50 from her. And the UV lamps generally these days are a lot cheaper than the LED lamps, even though the prices of LED lamps are slowly coming down. LED lamps are slightly newer on the market, so they are a bit more expensive. So that's just something you want to bear in mind, you know, if you're sort of constrained by a budget. But I have seen UV lamps, 4-bulb 36-watt UV lamps on eBay for as low as $25. And depending on where you buy them from, you know, the only thing I would caution you when you buy them from eBay is just be aware there will be no support, there will be no customer service, and if it doesn't work, you're not going to be able to, you know, return it, or you know, that sort of usual customer service type stuff is particularly lacking if you buy it from, hang on, the phone is ringing, sorry. Hi, sorry about that. The phone started ringing and the phone never rings. This, you know, we're never here and we're only here on vacation, and the phone line, nobody knows the phone number. So this is my little rant about these darn telemarketing calls that just, oh, they drive me crazy. They really, really do. And this one apparently is from some government agency, and I've won, or I'm getting a tax refund. And I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about, because all of my taxes go through my accountant, and it just seems really random. And next thing they know, they're gonna ask me for my bank account details. And yeah, so I hung up on them. So anyway, all right, rant over. Where was I? Okay, I was talking about UV lamps. And if you buy them from China, which a lot of them sell, they come from China, they come from Hong Kong, and they're super, super cheap. But you just need to bear in mind that just because they're super, super cheap, you may not get the service and support that you want from the product in case something were to happen. So just bear that in mind. And if you're willing to take the risk, go for it. So anyway, like I said, the prices that I'm talking about are from an Australian website. It's very reputable. They get great customer service. And it's www.simplyglamorous.com.au, and I'll post a link down below so that you can go and check her out and look at her stuff as well. Now, the other thing about UV lamps is that some people are allergic to UV light. And so if you get a reaction using the UV light, like redness or itching or swelling or anything that just doesn't seem normal, make sure you stop using the lamp right away and get professional healthcare help and get that checked out. Sometimes though, it might not be the lamp, it could be the acetone, it could be the cleanser you're using, it could even be the gel polish. You know, people can be allergic to a lot of different things, so it might be through some trial and error that you're going to find out. And really it's anybody's guess how, you know, you're going to react. So unless you try it, you're not going to know. But from what I can tell, and talking to Kylie, who owns Simply Glamorous, she says that it's only the smallest amount of people who are actually light sensitive. So, you know, we have about 600 people on our Facebook Addictive Nails page, and I'll post a link down below as well if you want to join the page and have a look at what's going on there. There's only one person who is sensitive to the light, so there's just something to bear in mind, and it's just a caution, really. And some people who are sensitive to the UV lamps will switch to LED lights and then have no problems after that. So in our group, there has been one lady who was sensitive to the UV lights, and she switched to LED lights, and she's been fine ever since she switched to LED lights. The lamps are quite bulky. The 36 watt lamps are about that big, which is about 8 or 9, 10 inches by 10 inches or 11 inches. They're kind of big and they're kind of bulky, so they're a little bit harder to travel with. Bear that in mind. And the last thing I want to say about the UV lamps is that they will cure all types of gel polish and gel builders too. So every single type of gel polish out there can be cured by a UV lamp. Okay, so moving on to LED lamps, and again, I'm sorry, I do not have an LED lamp to show you, mostly because I don't actually own one. I have my UV lamp and I'm perfectly happy with my UV lamp, and it works fine for me. So the LED stands for light emitting diode. So an LED light is a light emitting diode light, which I think is kind of funny. It kind of works to my sense of humor, which is slightly warped. Anyway, so some people think that the LED lamps are safer than the UV lamps and they prefer it, which is fine. LED lamps come in a number of different wattages, and the different wattages has to do with the number of bulbs there are in the LED lamps. So there's 5.6 watts, 9 watts, 12 watts, and 18 watts. And of course, the higher the wattage, the faster they cure. So with 5.6 watts, it cures in 3 minutes, and those lamps are about $45. The 9 watts cures in 2 minutes, and they cures in 2 minutes, and they cost $55. And the 9 watt one is quite small, but it'll actually fit your whole hand into it and cure, and they're great for, you know, traveling as well, because the size, it's a small size lamp. The 12 watt one cures in 1 minute, and it's $88. And this is great for professional use or even for the home user. It cures a lot faster than your fastest UV lamp, so that's something to bear in mind, and it's about $88. The 18 watt one will cure in 40 seconds, which is super fast. But I don't know exactly how much they cost. I've seen them range from about $120 up to $400, depending on like what you look for and who you're buying it from. So it's definitely a consideration from a price perspective. You know, you're paying a lot of money to get it to cure in 40 seconds. And the wattage of these lamps are basically based on how many of those little LED light bulbs there are inside the unit itself. And so, for example, the 5.6 watt lamp has about 40 globes in it, and the 12 watt lamp has about 150 globes in it. And the LED lamps are generally just more expensive to buy because they're newer on the but I don't know what the other reason is. But but they're much cheaper to run, and they're a lot more efficient when it comes to the consumption of electricity. So again, the prices I've given you, they can vary, and the prices I've given you are from the Simply Glamorous website, where I get most of my gel nail polish stuff from. LED light bulbs last about 30,000 hours, which probably means that you will never have to replace them. A UV light bulb will last about 1,000 hours, and compared to the 30,000 hours, it basically means that your LED lamp itself will die before the light bulbs die. So you probably will never have to replace those light bulbs. And anyway, you can't actually, apparently, I'm just looking at my notes here, you can't actually replace those light bulbs. You'll just, if the bulbs die, you're just going to have to eventually get a new unit. But like I said, it's more likely for your lamp to die before the bulbs will die, because 30,000 hours, you know, when you're thinking about it curing, say, at a minute a layer, that's going to be a lot of layers of gel polish, and you'd be running that thing 24/7 for quite a long time before it's going to blow. The LED lights are generally smaller, more compact, and easier to transport and to travel with, so that's always a good thing if you're thinking you have, like, if you're wanting to travel with it, or if you want to set up a nail business that's going to be a mobile business. Just that's something to bear in mind. Portability, you know, will be important for something like that. And LED light will only cure polishes that are formulated for LED lights. So some types of gel polish may not cure with LED lamps, and this is, you won't know because the lamps, well, the polishes don't come and say, you know, for LED lamps only or anything like that. It just says that it's gel nail polish. So if you find that your gel nail polish is not curing under an LED lamp, it probably means that your gel nail polish was not made for LED lamp curing. But LED does cure most gel polish and some gel builders. All of the addictive products that I use, that all the gel nail polish that I've talked about in my gel nail polish collection videos, all of them, sorry, no, I was going to say all of them cure under LED, but that's not true because I don't have an LED light. I have a UV light, and all of them cure under the UV light, which is right because UV light cures all types of gel. One thing you need to bear in mind is there is a very popular brand of gel nail polish out there called CND, Creative Nail Design, and they're, you know, the ones who made the whole gel nail polish thing very popular and prominent, and their gel nail polish will not cure under a what do you call that, LED light. So their gel nail polish will cure only with a UV light. So that's pretty much all I have on my notes that I want to talk about in terms of the comparison between UV lamps and LED lamps for gel nail polish. I hope this was helpful for you, although a little bit rambly, and I'm sorry about the interruption in the middle about that weird phone call. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.